Hello, hello. I am ready to paint with you today, tonight actually, and let's see what we can accomplish. And I have a special I wanted to share with you, and this is the special that's going on as One Stroke. If you go to onestroke.com, or email me if there's anything special that you want to ask me about becoming a teacher or learning more about what our program does for you. Hello, Miss Pat. We have 20% off. I want to come on again today because I won't be able to come on tomorrow and let you know that this special is good through the 30th. So all day on the 30th. So through the weekend, and I think Monday is the last day. So the code that you put in when you check out on our website, and I'm going to be showing you all kinds of fun things. Hi, Susan, is 200 All right. So I separated it so it might be easy to remember 200 625. All right. So I'm going to be doing all kinds of fun demonstrations and painting tonight. So hello, Melissa. Hello, hello. Hi, DJ, Della. Thank you guys for coming on. Um, thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate that, Miss. Say, how do you say it? Sherry? Cheryl? Cheryl? I am not good. Hi, Kenny. Hello. Well, I want to share with you some fun things, and I am loving my stencils. I create all kinds of stencils to make painting easier, but they're not stencils like you might think of stencils. My stencils make like a pattern for you so that you don't have to draw out a butterfly or this newest one I've created is this is I'm Donna Dewberry, by the way, and this is my Donna Dewberry YouTube channel that you might have popped onto. And I'm excited to have you on tonight. I want to see how many people we can get on tonight and how many people I can offer our special to. Sold a lot of my one stroke painting at a craft show today. Woo! That is awesome. I'm so happy. Althena, is it Al? Yeah, Althena. Hello, hello, girl. People loved it. That makes me happy. Miss Diane Nelson, I miss you. I know it's nice to just pop on and surprise you. I like doing that. So this is my newest stencil. Look how fun this is. I need to put black behind it probably. Yeah, like look at this. All right, so I have lace. I want to show you how fun. I do a ruffle at the top. Let me slide that down, not up. All right, and then a lace with this fun dangles hanging. But then I don't have my shirts or anything. I did some fun shirts. All right, and I'm doing chandeliers with these little dangles hanging. And then look at this. I did a ghost with some cute ones for a Halloween shirt. See the dangles right down there that hang. All right, so there's all kinds of fun. This is one I just did on a live the other day. See how it just goes in there to dress up your painting that you do. And so it's just kind of fun. And so I'm going to show you how quick and easy that is. Hello, Margaret from Australia. Thank you for being on. Um, Today's Pink Pelican Lady class was great. Pink Pelican, you're so funny. It was a flamingo. Teresa would have been happy if it was purple. Hey, Dawn, thanks for being on again. Are you still painting? Holy heck, aren't you exhausted? Yes, I was exhausted. I went out to eat with Mark and we bought some groceries, and I'm like, I am not going to sit in here and do anything. No, you didn't keep painting. We painted for like 3 hours, this big flamingo. I should have brought it in the room so you guys could see. But I posted it. So if you go to my Donna Dewberry's official One Stroke group, uh, on Facebook, you will see the big flamingo. And I put flowers all across the top of it. And so we painted and painted. And then I did warp speed for the flowers at the end. I'm working on sunflowers and uh, watching all your sunflower videos. I need to paint a sunflower tonight. That's a good idea. Thank you. All right. So I just want to show you really quick how easy this is, guys. Thanks for coming on. I want to show you, these are Rockstar brushes. Rockstar brushes, and you get 20% off. These are, I have some inexpensive brushes, These are less money. These are Waverly. They're less money. But those are those stiff bristles. I want you to know, those, we have those. These are um, about twice as much money for these three than those three. But I want you, first of all, look at these wonderful handles. All right, the handle's wonderful, but guess what? So many people have a problem with stenciling. And if you're out there saying, I want to paint, I don't want to stencil, well, just wait till I show you how fun stenciling is, right? All right, these are synthetic nylon. And most of my brushes I paint with are nylon bristles, okay? So I want you to see that these are flat, and being synthetic nylon, they don't get up under the stencil. They stay right where we put them, okay? So I put a collection together of a 20, a 16, and a 12. And these three are rock star brushes. And I have to tell you, I literally have people buy sets of two, because you have to have a total dry brush to change colors. And if you're really busy going, sometimes people say, I just have to have two sets. So I'm excited to share with you some fun demonstrations and painting tonight. And I have a really pretty um, painting I want to do with a big bumblebee. And I have a great bumblebee that you can do that fast. All right. So are you ready? So any of the things I show you, from my double loader, if you're out there wanting to learn how to paint and never thought you could, I can teach you how to paint one stroke painting, and so fast that you will just not believe that you can paint in 1 hour. If you practice for 1 hour with me, you will be amazed what you can paint. I promise you. So if you're out there wanting to learn how to paint, or if you're out there wanting to take painting and make money doing painting and creating, like you just heard somebody say that everybody loved her painting. She just went to a show and sold her one stroke painting. So I love to share with you. I'm telling you, I had 7 children and I needed to work from home. And so I created this painting technique. Sorry. I created this painting technique called one stroke painting, and I teach you to blend, shade, and highlight in each stroke that you make. And so I'm telling you, hey, Paula, I'm talking about your wonderful brushes right now. I'm telling you that learning how to do one stroke painting and using beautiful, beautiful tools to make that happen will make it possible for you to make money and save money. Save money because I can make my cards, make my gifts, decorate my house. There's all kinds of things I've done for years that makes a big difference, just because I can hand create my own things. All right. And then if you can teach people how to do it, it's even better, right? So I have painting parties. As we speak, I am painting one stroke roses in my outhouse at the lake. That's awesome. All right. I love that. So let me tell you a little trick here. Let me use some metallic paints. All right. Now, this one color is malachite. And I couldn't say that word today. I swear I looked straight at it and cannot say the word. I use folk art paint, multi-surface, and different folk art metallics and beautiful paints like Color Shift. I've got some Color Shift here, Treasure Gold, and on dark surfaces it's wonderful. Okay, all that's on my website. All right, so I want you to know this needs to be dry. This is the number 16. We're going to come here, we're going to go left, right, picking up that paint, and I only need it on the tip of the brush. All right. And then what I want you to do is every time you pick up paint, work it in, then I want you to come here and wipe off, and you're going to go that same spot each time. All right. Because if you come with a bunch of goopy paint over here and go start doing your pattern, then you will leave big goops on here. So what I want you to see is left and right will get into all the little grooves. Okay. So left, right. Now I wanted this to be a fun little design that goes underneath, like a lacy, pretty design, which goes underneath your flower creation. Okay. So see, now you can see I need a little bit more. So this is a little pasty, this paint. All right. I've had this old in my garage, so I think it's not moving like I want it to move. Okay. All right, left and right. Let's see. See, that's going a little bit better. All right, I'm going to pick up some. That's better. This is color shift. All right, let's see what that looks like. That's going on a little bit better, but it might have too much paint. All right, work it in, work it out. Left, right. Okay, when it's a long swag I've done, you're going from side to side. All right, these are these dangles I love. This goes on a shirt so fast. You can make a beautiful shirt and so quickly. I made shirts in 15 minutes. Like just doing this on a shirt. See that one malachite is too pasty. It's an old bottle. All right, it worked today when I was putting it as a background, but it's not working. All right, now I have to put it again on this side over here because I want it to match the other side. So what I'm doing with the malachite is I'm not rubbing much off because it's so thick. It's not going underneath anything. Okay. Then we're going to paint some pretty painting on it. Now let's pick up the color shift again, and that's color shift is called Aqua Flash. All right, so Aqua Flash, we're going to take some of it off, put some of it on. Now you go along the lines when there's lines. Okay. Now, see, you can see where I got too much paint. I got too much paint there, and when you do that, it goops up there. Okay, but across here, I can come over here and use this. I'm not going to really worry about that because that's where my flowers are going to go. But what I want you to see, just ignore this. That was white paint that was on here. I can add a few more dangles in here, right here. Okay, so let's left, right, all the way down. We'll add a dangle there and a dangle on this side. Make sure they're straight, okay? Now, when you're on fabric, it's the t-shirt sucks it up, and so you don't have to worry about it getting all goopy because it works wonderful. All right, now I'm going to show you something else. This one up here, I put it up here. I want to just show you a piece of it right here, and then this part. So this is a row of lace, and you can make it as a border. Okay, and so I'm just going to do this one little piece and show you that I kind of put it here so you can see where it's going to go. And then I paint a ruffle underneath, and then I put this back on. All right, so you can see that I put, it's a little goopy because I didn't wipe it off very much. All right, so now I'm ready to stroke here for you. All right, so I'm going to get my 3/4 inch brush, and what I do with my stencil brush, if I'm going to use it again, I put it right under the paper towel so it doesn't dry out really quick on me. And I'm going to use my double loader here real quick to show you. All right, I'm going to pick up, I'm going to use this 16 flat. I'm going to pick up the magenta and the white and work it in, work it in. So this is my double loader. If you're out there and you're having a hard time learning how to load one stroke, the one stroke technique, I want you to see I've got too much water in this because you put in water first and then you pick up paint and you're ready to go. Now I want you to see that with one stroke painting, you are going to blend, shade, and highlight in each stroke. Can you see that? In each stroke. All right. Now, on this border, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to ruffle this for this piece of lace. And when this dries, then I re-add that trim right on top of it. I'm doing this at my convention, this fun little project with this and with this lacy piece here. And I'll show you that I can fix this easy. See how this got all yucky? I can come right in here. Oops, kind of messed that up. I can do the same thing along here. Okay. And when you're on the fabric, you won't believe that it's almost fail safe. You can do sweatshirts, denim jackets. We painted the other day on totes and aprons in our class, and great looking t-shirts. A bunch of people were bringing capris so that they could paint to match those. All right. So thank you for being on tonight. We are just going to be painting some fun projects. I am going to put a little bit of licorice here so you don't see this messy right here. I want you to see it's going to look pretty without this garbage all on here. Okay, so then what's going to happen is we're going to pick up and paint. What did I paint on? Did I already paint one? Oh, there you go. Can you see? I did all metallic on that. All right. So once you see, I can put my bouquet all up here with this, with the dangles and pearls. It's called Beads and Lace. So you can get 20% off any of the stencils right now. And we mail them in a nice hard envelope. So you save money by doing at least 2 or more stencils, because we have to charge you for shipping in that nice envelope. And so if you can find 2 that you like, or if you have a friend that paints with you and y'all buy at least 2, it's a better deal. Okay, plus you're getting a 20% off. All right, so one stroke painting, we're just picking up and stroking. All right, blending, shading, and highlighting as you're going. All right, so then I'm going to come in here and add a few more flowers here. Now, one thing you can do is you can now pick up some magenta, daffodil, and white. And we can do some fun little blossoms here. Okay. And a few more. But I'm going to add some metallic leaves in here to just finish this off. Okay, if you don't like something you did, see, I don't like that. I'm going to come right back here and restroke it. I can also come over here and we're going to add a few leaves around this, and we'll have some little lace in between it. But we do lay this back on here, and then all those points go on top of that lace. All right, can you see them? They lay back on top of there. All right, and then I just want to show you how fun those dangles are when you put them on there. All right, so we are going to, we're going to use an angle brush. I have a set of 3 angle brushes that are best sellers right now. They're flying out of my warehouse. All right, we also can come in here and add some dots in here. And where's the other metallics? Okay, so we're going to pick up this Aqua Flash. Now, Flash means it's those cars. Plaid, the paint company, went to the automotive industry and came up with these great paints that are like the cars that when they drive by and you say, that's a gold car, and then you go, oh, it's purple. All right, so this is what those cars do. This is aqua, and then you put it on this background, and look, it changes a whole different color. Okay, and see how I used it in the dangles. All right. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and you pull your stem into there. And this is a green underneath. Remember, we use malachite here on the sides. Okay, I can come in here with a little bit of white and it'll make it really pretty. Flowers in there. Okay. Now I can right here pick up that malachite. And now this just plain metallic, and it's going to be the color that we picked up right there, the malachite. But it's pasty, like I said. I let that one get really old on me. All right. Now, I like that we don't have to make the beads and baubles, that they already are in the stencil. And these little scrolls that are falling down from here. It just makes your designs happen really quick. So you stencil all this, and each one can have different stencils and different flowers. All right, so we can come right in here and come up here. So this is the border design right here. And I have a new packet that I just am selling, and it is the bonus one inside the packet is a ghost with floating in flowers, and she has all these little hanging guys. I flipped it on both sides and have it all around the yoke of the t-shirt, around the collar. It's so fun. All right, so I want you to see that you can come in here and just add some trims. Have this as a border around the entire frame, around the entire canvas. And let me take and use a liner. All right, so what my stencils do is just make it easier for you. All right, so you're coming here, you can freehand all this, or you can use these dangles that already come for you easy right off the stencil. And let me show you a few more designs that I have besides these. I already have to reorder this, and I just got it in a week ago. And I've been making samples and sharing and having fun with it. Right in here, we just need to put a few more. I was going to put some white in here, but I am going to show you a few more things first, okay? So just showing you on a dark surface. I can't wait to get my stencil. Thank you, Miss Joanne. Hello, hello. Hi, Julia and Sarah. So let me show you what's going on here. I have a couple of other things that are really fun. This is a stencil that just gives you a great background. All right, so you have this design here. So you paint the whole background black. Then you lay the stencil on, and you can put a gray, a ghosty white, so that it shows the top one different way, shows the bottom with the gold. You can stencil the gold. You can put the thistle that's on here. Let me see. Let me find that. And then on each one of these, we did a convention last year. We did a different flower. All right. So that's really makes it fun. And where are you? Okay, I'm going to keep going here. I have that stencil. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's well used. I did a purple one too. So see, I made this stencil a 12 to fit on a 11 by 14. And so I made this so you can make it double at the bottom, or you can do the verse here at the top. You have a butterfly, a stamp, and you have these thistles. So you've got one, but I kept moving it so that you could add more. And then we put geraniums, hydrangeas, roses. We put all kinds of fun on 11 by 14. So then you have a beautiful canvas to give or to sell. And that's really fun and easy, but way different than anybody else's, right? So then here's another one. This is another one I did with that same one. So this stencil is called Vintage Background. So see, there it is, a whole different look. I distressed this part. And then there's the thistles done with two different color of purples. And there's the butterfly, the stamp, the thistles, and the beautiful verse. All right. I read that verse. I read that verse on TikTok and they said that I made people sad, so I shouldn't read it. Is that crazy? It just says today, tomorrow, forever, until I breathe my last breath. I love you forever and desire nothing less than a love that will last a lifetime. So next time you ask if I love you, just know my love for you lasts for eternity. So I don't know why that was bad, but I got in trouble. All right. So this one has an Eiffel Tower. It's called as Paris. And it is got a big stamp and words and dragonflies and moths and Paris, all kinds of fun words. All right. And then one of these that are really good, I'm going to do the bee design and a pretty painting for you in just a minute. But this is what I want to share with you. Um, this is a stencil that is one of my best selling stencils, and I'll show you why. Because we have 4 different sizes, and I have 2. I have a butterfly and dragonfly, and then it's got a lot of side views. And then I've got this one that has a swallowtail, and it's got a large, medium, small, large, medium, smaller, 4, like it's flying away. Okay. Then it has this one, and so it's got 2 of these. Okay. 2 of those. And on the other one, they also have multiples. So then we take mop brushes. I show you how to use a mop brush, and really quick, we do all, this is a goat hair mop brush. I have a 2-piece set for a small and a large, and we wet that background. We go like that and drip it with this mop brush, and you have that background. You stencil on the butterfly, you fill it in with whatever colors you want, and then you can stencil back the black on top, and you have that quick and easy design. All right. Hi, Susie. All right. So if you see what I'm saying is that these are made for a pattern. So what people tell me is, Donna, I can do your butterflies because we draw them and we just shade all kinds of shades. Then we come and we put our shading of black on top, and then they're beautiful. And so, but Donna, I can never get the both tips the same. And with butterflies, you've got to mimic the 2 sides. So what this does for you is it makes every one of those tips come out perfect for you. So it's a quick and easy way to create it. And you can also get the ones with dragonflies on it. All right. So then I'm going to do a bumblebee, but I want you to see that I have a book stencil. I'm going to keep going here really quick, and then I'm going to paint again. Now, the next thing people said, Donna, we did jars. Okay. So jars are really popular. Here's the butterfly again. So here it is. You base coat whatever colors you want. All right. So I do it white, and then I fill in my color, and then see that? Then I come over here and I stencil the black back on, and then I shade it, and there you go. So it's quick. So then these jars. Okay, so I did the jars and the books. Now what happens with the jars is that people never could get both sides of the jar like it should, so it made a nice jar. So I just want you to see, I have like 5 different patterns, and the patterns are lavender gardens and Christmas and fall designs, all kinds of wonderful jar packets. And those packets are right on my site. But what I want you to see is I made these so we could have little perfume bottles, or we could take these bottles, you stencil one side, you shift it over and make it as big as you want or as tall as you want. I made this into a snow globe by turning it upside down and paint it into a snow globe. And this is a mason jar. This mason jar, you just stencil one side, and it's even got the inside bottom jar, and you slide it over to make it a larger mason jar, and then slide it up to make the taller mason jar. So most popular piece here is this one and this one, but I have all the different ones, okay, to fill those shelves of jars that we make gardens out of, okay. One of my most popular also are, look how many birds you get on here. I made all these cute birds, but I have hummingbirds, 2 different types of hummingbirds. And then I have, this will be a blue jay or cardinals. So I have male and female. And then I even filled the space with all these little birds, 3 different sizes for lakes and an ocean for birds to go into your paintings. So those make it really quick and easy to make this happen for you. All right. So let me show you. There's one of that side butterfly, but I want to do this bee for you. But anyway, the book's really quick. The books, I also took this book stack, and this is so you can see the spine and the edge of the paper and the dimension to see which way they go, which is very hard for most of us. All right. So what I did was I made them so you could stack all of these, even small ones on top. So I did large and small, made it so this would fit on a really smaller painting and on bigger painting. And we set a little perfume bottle on top of it. But then what some people said is, Donna, make it into a box. So we just took the same one of these books, and I shifted it up just like I did the jars, and we made it into a box or a thicker book. All right. This I made into a box. All right. So that's those, which helps you if you're like me and you might be challenged when it comes to that. All right. So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a bumblebee, but let me show you. This is a pot painting that we just did the other day. And my class, by the way, when we do the jar, we just stencil around the edge, and then we fill in the shading of that, and we put our stems in it, or whatever, however we're going to make the jar. But we put the stems in, and then we fill it back in with floating medium on top. And before you know it, I have all kinds of demonstrations for free right on my channel under practice strokes on how to use that. All right. So this is the new one too, is angel wings. Okay, this is what I want to show you. If you've got paintings and you feel like, that painting just needs something. All right, so what I want to show you is that you can take your finished painting, and I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to put some, let's look in here, and let's pick up, I should have washed that because I need it washed now. I am going to pick up, let's see, I'm going to earthy tone color. Let me just use, right now, guys, here's a special. Okay, can y'all see you get 20% off through Monday if you go to onestroke.com. That's where my website and all these things, all of my product is, okay? And right when you check out, you put 200-625 is the code. So just go back and look at that and go check out my site. Okay, so I'm going to decide what do I want on the background here. There's all kinds of things that I can put, just like I was showing you the Paris deal. All right, so I can just come on here and just put a couple of different, this is hydrangea, a piece of fern, and little fern, big fern, and wisteria. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, and I can do a tone-on-tone background, which gives me a little bit of dimension to this painting. Like I can make it burnt umber, a little bit of burnt umber. I'm going left and right. And the beauty of it is you can you can decide it after you paint because you can see through and you see where the pot is and you can miss the pot. All right, so you can have a little piece there and you can have a little piece that comes from behind here. You can see that this brush was wet and because it's mushing a little bit. All right, but I can have a little bit come from out here. All right. So I can have just a little bit there. I can also have a piece of, let's say I'm going to do a little bit of a hydrangea on here. All right. So let's put a little bit of that blue, guys. Say I want to put, what is it? Nah, that's purple. Let's get a little bit of blue. All right. So that is still wet, so I'm going to grab another brush. Oh, I got another one here. Remember I told you? Sometimes you need another one. Okay, so I'm going to go left and right all in here. I can tap it sometimes or just do left and right. Now you can check it, see if it's going to look like you want it to. Rub it off. Also, the other thing you can use this for, how many of you go, I'm not sure where to put the next leaf? I have, when you put this fern, you know exactly, you can go right there and paint that into fern by putting that as a pattern on and then coming back and painting it as a fern right on top of that, like it's a fern coming up from behind. All right. So look at that. I'm going to come there with that design coming right onto that pot. All right. But I can also have a couple of leaves coming here. So I made this so we can accent and add to our pieces. Just a few little leaves here, a few little leaves there. And you can just do it right after you get through painting and decide it just needed a little bit more on it. So I'm going to paint some more things on here, but I don't want it to be stenciled. But look, see how that just really, hi, Linda. I'm energized, buddy. You were with me earlier too. Yeah. Well, thank you. We're teaching this next month. You asked if, I think you're the one who asked, can we do it online? We're doing it on One Stroke Advantage this month. This painting, I'm just publishing it, that is going to be coming on. I just threw that in the water, darn it. Okay, so this is our premiere class and One Stroke Advantage on YouTube, this painting. All right. And so look, I want you to see, guys, say if I wanted to come in here and I wanted to add this and I'm not sure which way to make the leaves, I just want you to see that you can come right here and make it easy on yourself, because you can just come right here, and I'm using Thicket and Coffee Latte. And look, we're using an angle brush, and we're just going to come right here with a little bit of medium. And quickly, you can have your fern instead of wondering where does each one of those leaves go. Okay. I'm not going to finish it. I just want you to see how easy. Now, an angle brush also, if you're out there and you say, I can't make those points on my leaves, this is the smallest angle brush in the set. They're very inexpensive. It's right on my site, and you get 20% off. The A to Z kit is the greatest, my all-time most sold kit ever, because the A to Z kit is like $64 with 5 brushes, quality, high-end good brushes. It's got 10 paints, floating medium, 50 reusable teaching guides, and a box that there's a wood box they're stored in, and 50 online lessons I teach you for free with that kit, and you get 20% off the kit. And right now, if you take that $64 with 20% off, you can't beat that deal. It's a crazy deal. And that's what you can start out with if you're new and you need to start painting. You just need to. You know you need to. Hi, Miss Joan. Well, this painting, you guys can join my One Stroke Advantage this month. And this is one of the paintings for the month. If you just go, you get 4 lessons, or you can add this lesson too for a little bit more. And you can get the patterns and everything right there by going. If you subscribe to my channel, that's one thing, that's free. But if you, from $10 to $29, you decide, and you can get all my lessons this month and full lessons, and they're there to go back and watch them over and over. So see how that stencil made that really quick? You don't even have to think about it. You can just start painting this where I stenciled that, because I felt like I need a little bit something more in the background. You have to ask, because this is the premiere for this next month. Yeah. All right. So if you already are getting, if you're already getting patterns and all, it's $10 more to get this lesson. So to get a lesson, a full length lesson, guys, that is a good deal. And it's all right there on my YouTube channel. So you can print out all the worksheets. And with the worksheets, you can even make a little notebook with plastic sleeves and practice my worksheets that I make. I spent a long time making those worksheets, and you get a worksheet for every one of the strokes that you need to learn during the month. And I work hard to make that really helpful for you guys to learn how to paint one stroke painting with me. All right, so I'm going to leave this alone because I need to be able to teach it and not mess it up for class, okay? So can y'all see that? It's got lots of fun things on there. Well, I've got a painting now. I'm dying to paint. So this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put a bumblebee in it, in the painting. So I'm trying to decide what color I want on the background. So maybe I don't know. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. So we're going to put the bee right in the middle of the design. All right. So we're going to come right here. And I'm going to use the smallest brush, stencil brush, the stencil brush set. You need this set. I'm telling you, all those, I usually have a bad brush around. All the regular stencil brushes are bad because they're stiff and hard. This is synthetic nylon. They go under the stencil. And so many people have such a bad success with them. And so these are wonderful. So what I want you to see is I'm going to bring some yellow in here, and I'm going to put yellow in the middle where the body is. Okay. Now, when I created this, the truth is, I thought when I did this in one step, it would all happen. I was wrong. Okay. And so that was kind of disappointing, but you know what? The thing is, it turns out like the most amazing stencil. So I can't complain. All right. So I'm going to bring a teeny bit of licorice right in here and right in here with the white on my brush. And then I'm going to pull some white across here. And then we're going to pull this off. I got one step to do, and then we put it back on, and you will love. Now, did that look hard? That wasn't hard so far, right? Okay. All right, guys. So this is what's going to happen. I like to put, let's see, let me get yellow ochre really quick. Now, we are going to, I'm using my double loader. Make sure you check out the double loader. It's got a lid, It saves the paint till the next time you paint. You dampen this, you lay it in here, pop this on, and it keeps your paint till you get ready again. It's like if you're painting with me, like the ladies who painted with me tonight, after 3 hours, they got to come back and work again. They can save their paint. Okay, so I want you to see that I'm now going to come right in here and paint that whole area where the head and the body is. And I put a little bit of yellow ochre. Okay. And I'm going to put just a little bit of pink in here to shade the side. Now, I can still come in here too with a little bit of white and brush in. Brush in right here on this wing. Because the shape's right there for you, right, guys? Okay. Now, what's going to happen, I can use my heat gun or I can use my blow dryer. And I'm going to go right here. Now, you're not going to believe how fast this happens. I got to dry this up. And then we're going to paint a beautiful painting. Now, I want you to see this, but what I would normally do, is stop here, paint it, and then add the black to it. But I can't wait. I got to do it for you. All right, so I'm just going to line that up. Now, I'm going to take the same little brush and I'm going to get licorice. Okay, you ready? So I'm going to go everywhere here except for the wings. Okay, now you will not believe how perfect these little legs turn out. Okay, I did such a good job with my stencil. I'm so excited. Just wait till you see this. It's like so much detail. Okay, right in here. Tap, 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 tap. It's soaking it up. Okay, now look, here's the leg. Here's the leg. Now I'm going to just brush a little bit more onto the wing from the center. Now watch what happens. You ready? Look how perfect. Look at those legs. You believe that? It's absolutely perfect. It looked like I worked really hard, right? Now, I have a big one, a small one, a big fat bumblebee, and a side view, and a little bumblebee. And I love be kind. So I put a bumblebee here with the word kind. I have kind in 3 different fonts. I also like humble and kind, grateful and kind, grateful family, but I also ombre. So I'll come across here with pink and start doing white, and I'll do different shades like on one of those papers I had here. Okay. And for any of you guys who are new out there, these are my signature set of brushes that are 20% off right now. And these are my 10 most used brushes, the super deal. They're less than $20 to start with for 10 amazing brushes. And this is how you get started with one stroke. You get a double loader and you get the set of brushes and you can't go wrong. Or you get the A to Z kit and it will blow your mind. All right. And these, if you just want some really pretty, amazing brushes, there you go. All right. So we're ready to paint. All right. So I'm going to behave with my stencil brushes and not throw them in water one more time. But here I go. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to get, remember that angle brush again, that little angle brush that's so nice. There we are. Okay, we are going to get a really pretty citrus and green All right, back and forth. Now I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to do a really pretty stem here. And I'm going to do another one right here. And I think you're going to really like this painting when I get through, guys. We're going to do some really pretty stem flowers that I want to frame this. So this is scrapbooking paper. I used to have a line of scrapbooking paper, and I'm getting down to my last papers, but you can go get any paper at or on Amazon. But having a heavyweight, I made my papers for hand painting, so they're a little bit heavier. Okay, so I'm doing the stems, and then we're going to put really pretty flowers on them. All right, so I also, let me go in here with a really pretty background color. Let's go in here with floating medium and malachite. Okay, let's put a teeny bit of white in it. Okay, and now you notice I'm using that same brush. Now this is going to be a background color. All right, so look what happens. I'm going to come here and I want a shadow color in the background. So if you add floating medium, which I just did, it will look like just a pretty background shadow. All right, because I put some white and some medium. Okay, and over here, I'm going to put some shadowing in here. Okay, so a little bit, you see that? And then over here, these are all in the background. I love to do this where I'm doing some pretty stuff in the background and then all the really pretty stuff in front. All right, so now we can put a little bit of floating medium and white here with dragonfly glaze. I don't have the glaze right now, but we can put some glaze on there. And we can also highlight along here and here with some glaze. Okay, and get it really fancy. All right, so now I'm going to take a 6 flat. Are you liking this yet? I'll show you how fast this happens. Come on. Come on. Oh, here's one. Okay. All right. One more thing I have to have is some floating medium. I got these little stems. Okay, so all right. So I have little stems there and little stems here. Now remember, these metallic ones are way in the background, and these stems are in front. And I have another one here. These flowers will blow you away when we put them on because they're going to be really pretty. All right. So, are you ready? All right. I'm going to put this pad and tilt it so maybe you don't see all the glitter. I mean, all the glare. Yeah, maybe that'll work better. All right. I have to add this less. Oh, okay. So now we're going to take and I'm going to add a little bit of green and then we're going to pick up wicker white. You ready? All right. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take and I'm going to put little blossoms. I'm going to keep picking up white. So I'm barely touching because this is a 6. I've got green in there. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just making little half circles. Okay, so let's get some green again. And I've got a wild here, so I'm flipping the brush over. Okay. So now having a pretty background already is nice, but we sponge on great backgrounds every week on our lessons. So check those out. I have a Relax and Paint. If you just subscribe to my channel, I have Relax and Paint and Practice Strokes every week for free. And you can start binging with me and have fun. All right. I am not happy with that brush, so I'm sorry, give me a break. Do you ever do that? These little brushes make me mad because there's not many bristles, and so they wear so fast. All right, so I'm going to come right here and I'm going to do little teeny strokes. This is just a little time consuming, but it's worth it when you're done. All right, so I'm just touching the white. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so just imagine putting dragonfly glaze on the wings of this bumblebee. And the bumblebee stands out like super crazy good. All right, so you like it? Now, just little teeny flowers, which means you don't have to know how to do a cabbage rose. You don't have to know how to do a lily. But if you do the A to Z of one stroke painting flowers, you learn 50 different flowers. If you learn 2 flowers a week in 25 weeks, you could paint so many flowers. And you have all the tools right at home to do it. All you need is some paper, some glass, some pieces of wood, anything, and you're ready to go. Okay, so now you see the iridescent, like the background, which is kind of iridescent in the background. All right, so now let me use some Pueblo. Okay, let's use a pretty Pueblo color. See that? Kind of will look good with this background, I think. All right, or we could use some pretty blues, like a teal color. I'll have a couple different colors. Let's try that, okay? All right, so I'm going to use, let's use this next one. And I can't make up on my mind, can I? All right. Okay, so I'm going to take white and I'm going to come right next to the Pueblo with a little bit of white. Okay, now let's come up here and we are going to go all the way around, and that's going to need a stem too, okay? So we're going to put a little bud there and a little bud here. And what this is going to be some fun little stems to hold these flowers on. All right, so let's turn this brush around And we can put a little bit of white. A little bit of white. All right. So we're going to put a little bit of white in here. You see how these are some of the little petals you learn in the A to Z. Okay. Are you? Oh, no. I'm going to have to put something down there. I messed it. Okay. Now this is the same colors, but I just flipped the brush, right? Okay, we have to have stems over there. And then I'm going to come here and get a little bit more. Are you having fun yet? All right, guys. We're going to pick up pink and Pueblo. Magenta and Pueblo. Okay, so let's see what happens here. All right, just a little bit of color makes a difference. All right, so let's come here. All right. All right, so I'm going to bring some blue in there in just a minute. But let's do one more Pueblo over here to match this. All right, that's the side view. I'd love to stay up and continue. Well, that's okay, sweetie. You can watch it later tomorrow. All right. I've kept you up for a long time today. All right. Let's do teal and white. All right. We have some late owl people here that like to stay up late. And I was banking on some of you wanting to watch or paint tonight with me. Okay, so look, guys, look how pretty this color is. A little bit of the shades from underneath. All right. We have that ghosted color underneath. Let's see how that makes the bee just look really so pretty. All right, just little bits. Okay. I'm going to come right in here. Now watch, I've got white on the outside edge. I push it down and wiggle. The brush has to stay down flat. I'm wiggling around. And this little petal just found this live question, is she using acrylic paint? I am using Folk Art Multi-Surface Acrylic Paint. Yes, it's water-based. It's Folk Art Multi-Surface. I have 20% off on my website right now as a special deal on this wonderful paint. And it goes with glass, metal, ceramic, wood, canvas. I've got metallics and more. All right, I'm showing how anybody can do this, and my brushes are on sale. Everything's on sale on onestroke.com. Okay, so I'm going to show you now when we put stems on it. This is it, guys. Well, you like my fancy sign? onestroke.com is where the website is, 20% off through Monday. And all you do when you check out is put 200 625. All right. I'm so glad I can see you live. I used to paint with you many years ago in New Jersey. I did. Thank you, Williams. All right. So now what I need to do is I'm going to splatter little bits of color in here, but I'm going to do stem first. All right. So I'm going to use, again, my little angle brush. Now, what I want to show you guys is that this is my super value set of brushes. 10 of my most used brushes, my green handle brushes, killer brushes, high quality brushes. These brushes are less than $19, and then you get 20% off these 10 brushes. All right. And so we also, what we use today is the 3-piece stencil brushes. These are Rock Daddy amazing brushes. Just want to make sure you guys check those out and watch me do the demo with them if you get to. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this brown with a little bit of, licorice. All right. And maybe Pueblo, because I want to make some stems in here. So you got the metallic underneath. All right. This angle brush makes it so easy for you to pull these little thin stems. This angle brush is a set of 3 angle brushes that I sell, and this is the smallest brush. If you're out there and you are having trouble with getting a nice point on my leaves, if you're out there and you are having a problem double loading, this double loader is magic for you. All right. So I want you to see that I try to give you all the tools, and right on my YouTube channel, you can learn this entire technique for free by subscribing and going. All my practice strokes are right there. Every Friday, there's a new one. You can go back for years and learn all my tips and tricks on one-stroke painting techniques with me right there. So I have so many people from other countries that are doing all kinds of things right now with one-stroke painting, from fabric painting to nail painting to face painting, all learning my technique right on my website here, and all kinds of different languages. I have over 6,800 certified instructors around the world. And if you want to become a teacher, I would love to have anybody who wants to learn how to be certified to teach for me. That would be wonderful. So isn't that starting to look really good, guys? I do need, let me see if I can put a little bit of gold, treasure gold, inside a couple of these. But let me tell you, if we just put little teeny stamens, like look at this. I'm going to put a couple little teeny stamens inside. Let's do some yellow maybe with little teeny stamens inside these. Every little thing you add just makes it look so much better. Can you see that? This is amazing paint. I paint on walls, glass, metal. You can bake it in the oven on your wine glasses. We had somebody on earlier who sold the heck at a craft fair today. Sold the heck out of her one stroke painting, and people loved her designs. It was so exciting to hear her on saying how excited she was to have a good day of sales. So I can help you make money and save money. When I was on the shopping channel, I got in trouble for saying that, but you know what? I can. I used to save a lot of money because I have 34 grandchildren and 7 children and their spouses and all the greeting cards, but now greeting cards are so cheap. So I don't always spend my time doing greeting cards anymore. I missed some stems. Oh, right here. I was like, where were those stems I missed? Okay, so then you need to set this, guys. Like right here, you need some dark underneath. All right, let's see. Like in a couple of these spots, you need some kind of dark to set underneath the center. Okay. All right, so what I was thinking is I can take the treasure gold, take some medium, and grab some treasure gold, and I could go around this wing. And instead of dragonfly glaze, which I don't have in front of me, and I have to be careful. I don't want to cover up all my pretty on here. There you go. So all of this in the background is metallic, and the bee is really quick and easy. If you go back and watch this, it's my stencil where we stencil on this great bee. And there we go. See, that gold will cover it too much. I don't want that on there. Okay. All right. So there we go. All right. So now what I want to spend one more. Why do we say the painting does look good? I enjoy these live paintings with actual artists. Oh, thank you. I am proud to be one of Donna's educators. You are absolutely wonderful. And Pat even teaches and certifies people online. So she's from North Carolina, and she's one of my certified instructors for many years now. And a lot of us started doing this during pandemic. And Pat has been an educator teaching French and the public school system for many years of her life. And now she enjoys painting, teaching painting. Makes me happy. Okay. So, Pat Houston right there. All right. So I'm just going to take a toothbrush. Oh, let me pick my fan brush. Okay. So look at this. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to get water on this brush. I'm going to pick up white. Okay, water and the fan brush. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is pick up another brush. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to touch it. And I'm going to finish my little painting. I know I'm up late, aren't I? Well, I didn't want to sit and watch TV, so, and we had a long class today. We did a flamingo for hours and hours, so I'm winding down. I thought I am just going to get on here and do something to relax. And this will be really fun. This is scrapbooking paper, and I'm framing it and showing you how easy it is to do my butterflies, my bees, and my hand painted flowers. And you can learn, I'll learn it all on my YouTube channel, guys. And look, you can come with this yellow ochre and just dot. I've got another quick and easy tool, which is called a kiss tool, but on my website, the actual name is a two-piece tool set. The actual name is not a kiss tool. It is a wipe away tool set. And so let me show you why we call it a kiss tool. We started calling it a kiss tool right here online. And so you get these two pieces. So they're very inexpensive. But does that not look, let me move it here, a candy kiss. That's what everybody called it, a kiss tool. PBS Bob Ross, this is much better, says I also paint with acrylics. Oh, all right. So I have many Bob Ross artists that paint with me. Now, so I want you to see when they're traveling, they have some extra one-stroke classes on the side, which makes it nice. All right. So this is rubber and it makes it so wonderful. I love that you can make, I do this, I do eyes for birds. I do any, like if I wanted to put some more little detail on my bee, I could come out here and add a little detail on here. Okay, so I want to show you. So that's like using a stencil, doing one stroke painting. And this was using a stencil, showing you different stencils that I just came up with. But then I want to show you, this is just art pads. I'm going to show you really quick some of really using my set of brushes right here. And I am going to use a 3/4 inch flat. Well, why do I have just angle brushes out here? Where is my regular brush? All right. Oh, I just threw that all over my face. All right, here we go. Since I have paint already in my double loader. All right, now I want you to see, I would dampen my brush. I lay it on the paper towel, then I double load. I pick up the two colors, then I'm working it in. And this kind of controls you, okay? It just comes alive. Thank you. All right, so whatever color, like this is dark, so I want to lead with the dark and the light follows, okay? So as I'm going across here, I'm lifting the dark and the back bristles are dragging along here, and they are making just a really light little strokes. Okay, now what I want to do is go into the floating medium because we don't use water, and we're going to push and slide, push and slide. Okay, citrus and thicket. And we're doing a slider leaf. So we push, stand up, and roll. Push. Oh, need more paint. Push, stand up, and roll. All right. Now I do lots of this on practice strokes. Every Friday I have a quick and easy lesson. All right. So you can practice with me. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to take my scruffy brush. All right, where's my green handle scruffy brushes? Right there. Okay, so we're going to take a scruffy brush and we're going to pick up purple and white. And this brush is dry when you load it. So you put the dioxazine purple and the white next to each other in a double loader. Okay, so we want the white high, Robin. Okay, so I want the white up. And I'm doing a round area, but I'm keeping the purple down. Now, so when I say load, sometimes it's 2/3 purple, 1/3 white. Sometimes it's half and half, okay? So now I'm going to put this on my side and taper it and come down. So I'm making wisteria. Okay, a round area, tip it, and taper it down. Okay, and one more. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so the fun thing is I want to go right in here with my 16 right here. 16 flat. I'm going to pick up my green and citrus again. Now I want you to see you split the brush to pick up paint and then you flatten it over here. Now I don't need medium because it's a fresh brush. All right, so I want you to see I'm going to slide through the wet purple and look what happens over here. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to flatten that brush again, slide and pick up, and look how that purple comes out there. Okay, so I pick up more paint, come right here to the wet purple. All right. All right, now I need to get this and pull it back to the stem. And then we're just getting our wisteria. Let's get a little bit more paint. Okay, so I'm picking up and going in here, picking up and picking up. Doesn't that come off pretty? And I love doing this around the room like a border. All right, now you can also come in here and make some smaller leaves. Now when we're doing their small leaves, we might go 1, 2, 3, and then so we have a point and then 2 smaller ones. But I want you to also see that I can come in here. Let's get a smaller brush. Okay, I can come in here with purple and white, and I can do little teeny, get medium. Okay, let's see, some medium and some purple. Okay. All right. And we're going to come over here. So this is a, I think this is an 8, not a 6. All right, so one thing that's fun, and if you're using this kind of color, is we can just come right in here, pick up the white, and we can do a daisy. So we do a clock. So we do 12, 3, 6, and 9. And we go right in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can do 1, 2. All right. Come right in here and do a few more. So we can come right in here. Or we can use that kiss tool and do a few little dots. Oh, you know what? That's why it's nice to be inspired, to go be inspired, and then as you're painting, you will make it yours. I get a block. I'll walk out and ask my husband, "Give me an idea," and he'll throw out ideas. And I went, "Okay, I got it, I got it." And he said, "You didn't even use one of my ideas." I said, "But you made me think of something." Like when I sat down here, I didn't know what I was going to paint tonight, because I've been painting a big flamingo for hours, but on an oversized painting. But I wanted to show my stencils, so I started there. Okay, I am going to do some curly cues. Instead of a little freehand butterfly, I'm going to do curly cues. And I am checking out for the night, guys. But I want you to see that we do use water for a couple things: to wash our brush and to do curly cues. All right, I made my liner brush to hold paint, and so it can go on and on and on. All right, so it's inky with water, and then you roll it, pull it out, and then you get your finger going, and then you go around and around and around. And I'm doing a very bad job of that one. Okay. But until you feel good at doing them, you can just drag them out like that without doing the curls. So I need more paint on the brush. Okay. Thank you. And you saw it's like just simple strokes. You gotta practice. Check out my A to Z kit. It's A to Z of one stroke painting florals. You have 50 floral designs, 50 teaching guides, 50 free lessons when you buy the kit, on video, on online YouTube. And you get 5 quality brushes, 10 bottles of paint, a bottle of floating medium, and 50 lessons. Thank you guys. It's kind of fun. It's bright. Now let's see what the difference. Look at this one. This one was roses and wisteria. And this one's bright. Okay. So, all right. Have a good one, a good weekend. And I hope you guys like what we did tonight. And I love sharing with you that we can create and change things, make them beautiful, and do more. I don't know if you saw, William, but we took this pot painting that we're doing on my YouTube channel this month. Oh, I'm glad you saw that. And see how I use a stencil to add, and then I worked on that and a stencil there just to add to my painting. All right, there we go, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.